Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we are going to look at the 4 latest Arsenal news. The first Arsenal news is that Fabrizio Romano has confirmed an Arsenal update, as he confirms Arsenal have just launched £23 million bid for world-class player, as Arsenal look to complete the signing of World Cup Spain international and Brentford goalkeeper David Raya. Arsenal have been linked with Brentford's David Raya in recent days. Now, Fabrizio Romano has just provided a big update regarding the Gunners' pursuit of the goalkeeper. The transfer insider took to Twitter to claim that Arsenal have just submitted an opening bid for Raya. Apparently, the Gunners have bid £20 million up front, plus £3 million in add-ons. In addition, Raya has reportedly told Brentford that he wants to move to Arsenal. Personal terms have already been agreed, added Romano. Well, this is really exciting news for Arsenal, who could potentially have 2 world-class keepers at their disposal by September. Obviously, we all know what Aaron Ramsdale is capable of. He's been amazing for the Gunners and is only just beginning. However, having strong competition in the form of Raya would increase Arsenal's strength in depth, no end in between the sticks. Even better, Arsenal would be signing a player that Tottenham really wanted, but ended up dropping out of the race. Let's see what happens in the coming days, maybe even hours. But this is definitely exciting news regarding the world-class stopper. Arsenal fans will no doubt be buzzing over the prospect of signing Raya. Not to mention £23 million would be an absolute bargain. Obviously, we need to see what the Bees' response is. A first bid is usually a case of testing the waters. The Gunners have been cooking in the summer transfer window, with 3 top signings under their belt so far. Kai Havertz, Jerian Timber and Declan Rice have all joined the Gunners over the past few weeks. There's still a month to go, so let's see what Arsenal can pull out of the hat. The second Arsenal news is that Bolavip has confirmed an Arsenal update, as they confirm Arsenal now have clear path to swoop for £20 million target likened to Aguero, as Arsenal look to complete the signing of Brazil international and Santos forward Marcos Leonardo. Arsenal have been linked with one of Brazil's top talents over the past few weeks. In July, Foot reported that the Gunners had been scouting Santos forward Marcos Leonardo. That article also claimed that Arsenal were weighing up whether to make a move for the 19-year-old. Arsenal have bolstered their ranks considerably this summer, but they're yet to bring in attacking reinforcements, although Kai Havertz can play as a forward. It looks as though Gunners boss Mikel Arteta is looking at him in midfield. Back to Leonardo, the Gunners appeared to have fallen behind in the race for the player, with Roma in pole position. Indeed, there were reports on Wednesday suggesting that crunch talks were taking place involving the Giallorossi. Now, it looks as though Roma's hopes of signing Leonardo have taken a huge blow, and Arsenal may well benefit. Santos sports coordinator Paulo Roberto Falcao has spoken about the negotiation. As per Brazilian outlet UOL, Marcos Leonardo was approached by Roma, who spoke directly with the president. He said, "I did not get involved. What I know is that Roma's offer was much lower. Not just the offer regarding payment terms. Under these conditions, there is no way to do business. We don't offer players, we receive proposals. We don't put players up for sale. Of course, when a proposal arrives, we study it, but this one from Roma, the condition is unfeasible due to the quality of Marcos, for the extraordinary player that he is. I like him a lot. The amount offered was very low." According to Bolavip, the Italians offered €42 million for Leonardo, which works out at around £6.8 million. Arsenal could easily blow that offer out of the water. Santos reportedly only want around £20 million for him, even though he apparently has a £86 million release clause. This shouldn't be an issue for the Gunners. Leonardo is a top talent who has been likened to Sergio Aguero and deemed an extremely dangerous forward. Falcao's comments suggest that Arsenal now have a clear path to swoop for Leonardo and bring him to the Emirates in future. The third Arsenal news is that Tutamaktub has confirmed an Arsenal update, as they confirm West Ham and Arsenal really keen on 23-year-old club want as replacement for £77 million star, as Arsenal look to complete the signing of World Cup Croatia international and Dinamo Zagreb defender Josef Sutalo. West Ham and Arsenal are amongst the frontrunners to sign centre-back Josef Sutalo, with a number of sides keen on landing the 23-year-old this summer. That is according to a report from Tuttomaktub, which notes that RB Leipzig and Bayer Leverkusen are also in with a good chance of signing the Croatia international, Josef Sutalo may well leave Dinamo Zagreb before the transfer window closes. Tuttomaktub reports that his price tag is constantly increasing, and the queue of admirers is growing and growing. Fiorentina and Napoli both want to take Sutalo to Serie A. Meanwhile, Ajax are also interested in securing his signature. However, it seems that there is a good chance that he could be on the way to the Premier League. Tuttomaktub reports that both Arsenal and West Ham are particularly keen on the youngster. Leipzig are eyeing him as a potential replacement for Josko Gvardiol. As reported by BBC Sport, Manchester City have now agreed a £77 million with the Bundesliga side for Sutalo's countryman. Arsenal have already strengthened at the back with the signing of Jurrien Timber. West Ham, meanwhile, are still awaiting their first signing of the window, so it feels particularly important for the Hammers to not miss out on Sutalo. It is absolutely vital that David Moyes' side end their wait for a new addition in the coming days. West Ham do have some decent centre-back options, but they will be in the Europa League next year, so they will certainly want to add further depth. It remains to be seen if they can now strike a deal, but it would seem that West Ham are in a decent position at this stage. The final Arsenal news is that Dean Jones has confirmed an Arsenal update. As he confirms backup option, Arsenal may make very late move to sign £60 million PL player if he's still available, as Arsenal look to complete the signing of World Cup Portugal international and Manchester City defender Joao Cancelo. Arsenal have already spent around £200 million this summer, but they could still have one or two more rabbits to pull out of the hat. Indeed, David Raya is apparently close to joining the club, and according to Dean Jones, speaking on the Ranks FC Ultras podcast, you can't discount the idea of Joao Cancelo making a switch to the Emirates either. According to Jones, Arsenal still have a fleeting interest in the £60 million man. And while Barcelona may be the frontrunners to sign the Portuguese star, Arsenal are very much a backup option at this point. Jones shared what he knows about Cancelo. I'm not sure Barcelona have the straight cash to sign Cancelo. The same problems as always. No way back for Cancelo at Man City. Arsenal have been keeping tabs on this situation. They're not desperate to sign Joao Cancelo. It was always put to me that was one they might pick up in the last 2 weeks of the transfer window if Cancelo is still available. At the moment I would say frontrunners are Barcelona, backup option potentially would be Arsenal. Arsenal spending that sort of money on him would be somewhat doubtful. Jones said, there's already an argument to make that this is the greatest transfer window Arsenal have ever had, but if Cancelo comes in that would be the icing on the cake. It would be a luxury signing, it would arguably be unnecessary, but it has to be said that it would be an incredible addition. Yes, he's no longer wanted at Man City, but we mustn't forget just how brilliant he was for Pep Guardiola's side when he was at his best. Cancelo would cap off what has been a wonderful window for Arsenal. Do you know the Arsenal news on Mohamed Kudus? You will enjoy this video on your screen too.